Hello, and welcome back. So there's my thaumaturgy. I actually could have replaced some of that research into my next goal, which is going to be evocation. Basically, since the Mind Burn has the MR negates, it can be slightly effective, although you need a lot of casters as it only hits a single unit at a time. The superior option you are generally going to find is going to be down here at Evocation 5, Stellar Cascades. Now this only has a range of 30. It's not like most astral spells, which is 100 range, 100 precision. It still has the 100 precision. It's guaranteed to hit. But it hits and it does 25 fatigue damage, only armor piercing, so it's going to only ignore half of their armor. But it's got an AoE 5, meaning I'm able to hit big AoEs and start slowing all of their units down, knocking them out so that I can just run up with whatever units I have, my Amazons, and hitting them over the head and killing them really, really easily. So here are the Harbolg. They are crap, kind of crap. They are interesting. We'll just leave it at that. Now, they are size 1 units, so they are 6 per square. If you look here, some of these squares I'm sure have 6. They do have these really cool horticulturists, which we'll look at after the battle, because they are actually a pretty damn good indie pop type for most nations. Did you really just try to cast Panic and hit my own guys? Don't do that. Keep casting Frighten. I don't want you casting Panic. Yeah, you're AoEing my own guys. That's an idiot move. And don't be decaying, because you're going to hit my own guys too. This is kind of the bad thing you're going to find out about these guys. They just kind of will sometimes do whatever the hell they want to, and you're going to suffer some casualties because of it, because they're dumb. Okay, so obviously no losses, not a big surprise. And now we're going to take this. Now, I've kind of scooted these guys back. That's going to mean that my archers are taking probably a little bit of fire. I don't care. If a couple of them die, it's not a big deal. This should put me in the position for the first attack generally. Obviously, they have cataphracts, which I was not paying attention to. And they wipe out most of my lancers with their spears, because cataphracts are pretty damn decent. They still have triple attack and everything. However, my sacreds are going to come in here, and with their double attacks are going to chew through them. Also, they've got those charges on the first attack. Alright, good. Now, get up there and take that cavalry out. There we go. Hopefully, no sacreds lost. I did lose another sacred. Not terrible. We've only lost literally 2 sacreds and 8 of my lancers that I started with. That's been the entire casualty report from my entire expansion. What can I say? Oh my god. Terrible. I really feel like just it's an always sunny in Philadelphia, and I'm just like, terrible. Take a lap. Basically, neither one of these provinces, because I switched this up, I decided I wanted a guy here. Neither one of them had the resources to produce a unit in one turn. So I am a moron. Okay, we've run into Yomi now. That's good. So, what we're going to be looking at is the this little guy right here. So what he is 55 gold for a nature level 1 mage, meaning he has 7 RP for 55. And then he's even got a 20% chance at earth, which I actually do want, and water, which I really don't care about, meaning he can actually have 9 RP for 55. This is not effective for all nations, but if you're playing certain nations, this is really, really good to get your hands on these guys, because let's say you're playing a nation like Niflheim. Niflheim is a giant nation. Their mages have lots of RP. I think like the smallest of their mages, the Gaija or whatever it's called, has like 13 or 15 RP, which is a lot because it's got a lot of magical paths. But the damn thing costs like 300 or 350 gold, a lot as well. Meaning value-wise, you're not getting a good deal gold-wise to RP. Such a nation can really jump out and hit a research lead earlier, but they can never maintain that because they just can't afford to keep buying the mages. If they get their hands on something like a horticulturalist or even some sages, that works out really good for those types of nations. So I'm glad I took this rather than Yomi getting over here and grabbing it. I did lose a turn of expansion here because I've got to move back now. But, you know, I'm not going to complain about it. Yeah, we'll do that instead. Because I want to get this fort up right here and have a wall against Yomi already. Pretty simple idea, I would think. Do I really want to try to grab this throne too? One, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. I would literally be one off. That's... We'll let one of the AIs pick it up, because that's actually going to be too close to a victory already. What I really do want to think about, though, is maybe trying to get a hold of at least this spot right here. If I could end up with actually both of these, I'd be pretty happy, because TNN is probably going to want to come over here and grab it. The other thing I did is I've moved over to Soothsayers at this point. If I get some dud mages, I've at least got my base RP already rolling, so it's not a big deal if I grab some duds at this point. Alright. Looks good. Alright, so evocation, the first rank is complete. The only battle of the turn. Oh, boo. Come on, don't be hitting my guys. She's bleeding. I hope she doesn't bleed out. Stop bleeding, don't die. Okay, good, she didn't die. And lots of events. Earth Gems +4. I really want to empower Earth on a guy. 15 Death Gems, very good. And +10 province income. So, lots of good events out of that. Now, I could basically use this unit to try to scoop up some of these provinces right here. I'm not going to, because I want to try to grab up these provinces over here before TNN does. Wow, they picked up some water mercenaries, huh? Yep, the shipwreckers. Okay. That's really annoying because they can attack me from the water, and I have a ridiculously hard time attacking them back. So let's go ahead and continue, or well, not continue, because I haven't really even started. But we're going to start fort spamming, which means I'm literally just going to start throwing forts up all over the damn place. At this point, I can throw up a fort every turn, which is exactly what I want to do. Hopefully they are not set to aggressive because all of my armies are way in the south. But if they are, they are. We're going to actually back up, go this direction because I know Yomi's down here now. Go ahead and try to figure out where they're at. Alright. Looks good. Yeah, they got a lot of little slingers here, so... Thankfully, they're not heavily armored. I did lose another Sacred, which is not good because I'd like to take a couple thrones here shortly. I always love this event. It's, you know, 1 gold for a bunch of gems is always a good deal. And it's just very funny as well. 7 nature gems now, okay. Good, good. What are we in? Winter? Good, you've moved somewhere else. That's excellent, because I really don't want to be bordering you guys too much. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and construct another Palisades, and we're going to come down here and recruit a guy, and guess what we're going to do? That is right. Construct another palisades. Okay, so where might Yomi be? And who the hell's the last player as well? Ulm. Ulm could be either up here, or the more likely example is they are somewhere in this area right here. Okay, anything else I really need to look at? No, not really. Alright, so we've got a battle in the Mountains of Madness. Wipe them out so they don't kill my little guy there and then get the hell away from him. Alright. Pretty solid. This group has taken absolutely no losses. You should not expect your single arrow catcher like I have here to survive that long. That's not exactly representative. Wow, this is going to be trouble. Only single air, which is good. Only single air, which is good. And double air, which is terrible. Okay. I can expect most of my sacreds to die here. There we go. Orb lightning. Orb lightning. Come on, don't rout yet. Just take them out first. We already know it's going to be a painful battle. So there's basically no way you can see that there's a bunch of damn mages there. That could have been bad because, honestly, if my Oreopata rout, which I would not be overly surprised about, that pretty much is a disaster there. Magic +1, I don't care because I have Magic 3. Do I even have enough to take this province now? Boy, I don't think I actually have enough guys to take this province. Only 25 resources. What do you have? 16 resources. What do you have? How do I want to solve this? I know exactly how I solve this. We're just going to come to here. I'm going to go ahead and recruit up a single Lancer, which is not going to be a, end-all, be-all of really anything. Here's something you don't want to do. Basically, I've made it to the second year, and I have not actually recruited any troops for a while. Once you start hitting the gold levels I'm at least start popping out a few guys every turn. Because you're going to want them, especially, you don't want the aggressive AIs or even the defensive AIs going, our power looks like it's massively stronger than theirs. And because then it will want to kill you. And that is a bad thing. Okay, so late winter, alright. Did I start building a palace? Yeah, I did. So let's go ahead and start moving down here to, guess what? Produce another fort. It's a very simple thing. You just put forts everywhere. It's really that simple. You maybe don't want to fort spam as much as I'm going to, but it's whatever you think you can afford and get away with without the AI just walking over your nation. And this is the great thing and the reason why I'm really liking the Water 9 Bless with the nation overall, or a Nature 9 either way. Going with a single major bless means that if one of the AIs gets ridiculously aggressive, or a player, they want to try to rush you, basically, you're able to actually fight off pretty well against a rush if you have at least a single major bless for one of these two units right here. If you don't have that option and you end up in like a turn 4, 5, or 6 war, and God forbid, but it's happened to me many of times, like 3 AIs declaring war on you in the first year, you're not going to be putting that many forts down. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be recruiting a lot of sacreds in order to try to save your empire from completely crumbling. And it does happen. Aw, did you get diseased? No, just mute. That's fine. I don't care. You can't talk? That's not a big deal to me, man. Alright, so Dormant Pretender Gods are awakening, but I went with the luck, so mine's not even close to waking up yet. Just don't decay any of your own guys, and I'll be happy enough. Very good. So the Throne of Winter is spreading, and 2 units have been cursed. What province? Good. I don't really have that many sacreds here, so it probably wasn't one of my sacreds. Now I'm going to actually get pretty damn greedy right here. I'm not sure I would suggest to most players to do this right now, like I'm doing, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. Really, if I had actually most of this stack left, out of the 11, I've only got 3 left. 8 have died. If I even had about 6 of these, I'd feel very confident about this. Not feeling, incredibly confident about this, though. Oh, we got vine arrows. Good. I was going to say I don't want them trying to accidentally rout my own troops, and most of theirs will not rout. What can I cast? And we have the trusty vine arrow. If nothing else, while these guys are leading troops around, they can cast vine arrow. Sure, it's not the world's most effective spell, but being able to throw out 14 damage, most turns, and being able to actually entangle and root them in place is not the worst use of a leader overall. Okay, so there's Yomi's capital. So let's go ahead and take off and find Ulm, because we know where they are basically at. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build another Palisades. And I don't have any finished because I screwed up all of my earlier turns. Do I happen to have scouts anywhere? Because I don't really want to buy any more units. Yeah, we're not going to buy an expensive guy either. I say that, but I don't know that I have any choice in the matter. Can I get you in one turn? No, of course I can't. Why would that? Why would I be able to do that? That's pure nonsense. Oh, I do have scouts. Okay. Let's go ahead and recruit like 4 of those guys. Scouts are what you actually want to be building these with. They're the cheapest unit you can buy, and then they're scouts afterwards, which means they have a pretty damn good use later. Am I happy with what I am doing here? I've still got banishment. Well, whatever. I don't feel like redoing it. However, this is the beginning of the new year, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 provinces. I had 2 dead turns with this unit, 1 dead turn with this unit. So, I mean, you can hit up to 18 with this, obviously. 15 is kind of what I expected. Overall, I'll come out with 17, though, which is a good province count. Wondering if I shouldn't crank this up just a little bit more right here. And I'm going to. Alright, so let's kind of cross our fingers here, because this is still going to be a dicey battle. Mainly because I've got to chop through a ton of those Phantasmal Warriors before I can even get to this mage line back here, which is going to do a fair number on all of my sacreds. Anyways, oh, you guys are set to just attack. That's right. While the others are set to hold an attack. Okay, come on, chop through them. Don't be letting them get that agony down on you. Don't get caught up back here. That agony can rout my guys pretty damn easy, so come on, chop through him. Get on that mage. There we go. That's the dangerous one. Now get the next one. Alright, so that's a battle 1. Alright, but I did take some losses. 4 sacreds. Got a Bear Claw Talisman, though, out of it. Magic Sight found because of the Perpetual Winter. Yes, very good. And that really doesn't matter. Well, +3 growth will help out a little bit, I guess. So what throne do we have here? Throne of Winter, duh. I already knew that. So we can't actually see the Mage of Winter until I put a thing here on it, but it is a water... what the hell is it? A water death mage, I think? Alright, so that looks good. At this point, I really need to quit recruiting guys that can research. And I need to get a 2 nature and a water version of this to site search. That's actually pretty important. And I also need to not forget to start recruiting mages in all of these areas. Remember, don't be like me. I really wish that didn't sound as bad as it is, but it really is terrible when I do things like this. I try to get in a hurry when I'm doing a Let's Play. Just go, 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 and it ends up biting me in the ass a whole lot. So, let's just go ahead and get another Palisades going. I've got this one finished down here already, huh? Good, good, good. So, let's go ahead and recruit one down here. Alright, so that's the end of the turn, and I think that's a pretty good place to call the video. Basically, I need to get my site searchers out. I probably shouldn't go with the warrior sorceresses first, because the Inaris take care of my death, my astral, and some nature. And if I just go ahead and grab a couple Inaris, I'm guaranteed to have the paths I need to run around and start site searching. In fact, maybe that's what I should do, but then, you know, I'm always worried that I'm not going to get the random guys I want later. Ooh, the agony of it all. The agony of it all. And we're actually going to go ahead and switch this up because I want to go up here and claim this throne. Damn, that swamp is really hampering my movement. And I never did pick the guy up that I built here, did I? I'm a very smart person. I'm sure everybody can see that. Feeling very, very impressed about it overall. So I want to come down here and take this out while I come up here and pick this throne up. That's a bad sign. That's a very bad sign. Generally speaking, there's a couple things you want to look at as to why the AI might want to aggress on you. One is it will pile a bunch of troops on your borders because it seems to think that it is stronger than you. It doesn't have any long-term game plan. It's not like the AI is coming up with some 10-game strategy. It's literally thinking from turn to turn. When you see something like this, it tells you that the AI thinks that for whatever reason, you're the weaker individual. It might be looking at some of this down here too, though. The second thing that you can almost guarantee yourself in a war with the AI is when they throw a fort on their border. Don't ask me what it is about the fort on the border, but apparently it seems to skew the idea that it has more power there than what it actually thinks it does. The third thing that will basically guarantee a war with the AI is extending into its cap ring, any of the connecting lands next to their capital. That will basically guarantee you a war. The fourth one, which I don't personally know, but there's been more than enough players that have said it that know what the hell they're talking about, that I'll go ahead and list it, is if you start dom pushing the AI, it's going to want to go to war with you. If you start having a lot of your candles in its lands. So, alright. I'm pretty sure we're basically done then at this point. So anyways, thanks for watching everybody. Hope you've enjoyed so far, and I will see you next time.